Thanks for coming on the Sold Out podcast. Took a little bit of technical know-how to get you on here.
Yeah, it's all good.
So do you want to talk to people about a little bit what you do now before we get into some of your
About
past
my
stuff?
art, about my artworks.
Mm.
Um, alright, I go by King Jediah on Instagram, and I make
Yeah.
rapper artworks. I could say, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
Rapper artworks, whatever. I make the famous Xxxtentacion artworks that people usually know, that everyone's seen.
Yeah. Exactly. I see it as someone's profile picture on Instagram or
Yeah,
something
every
all the
day
time. Every
on
day.
Xbox.
And you have a big problem with people stealing those.
Yep, a very big problem. It's gonna be sorted though soon, eventually.
Yeah.
Be. I'm on it.
Well, are you working on something behind the scenes for the copyright or something?
Yeah, I am getting in contact with. I'm like in contact with his family, so that should help me a little bit. Not even to like make money off of him, but like just to, because I have the right to sell like my art. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And people making money off of my stuff, so I should at least.
Yeah, because people set up like their own merch stores rather than yours.
Exactly.
Like, that sort of thing.
And they didn't even support X before he died or whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I'll start with before we get into the X stuff, like just to give people some background. Like you kind of probably were always creative as a kid. Like I think you started out with like graffiti, probably.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I should. All right. My mum is a graffiti artist, and my dad is a graffiti artist, and when I guess I was like, ever since like what I guess 3, 4, whatever, I've just been pulled straight into that world, whatever, and being around graffiti, I used to draw graffiti first. That was like what I liked, I guess, and I used to just do it. That's all I knew. And then I eventually just started drawing characters and stuff because inspired off of graffiti characters because of my mum and her friends and all that used to do it. And I would just watch them graffiti all day. I found it very boring, but eventually it, I guess, paid off because I guess I used it to my own benefit to like where I feel like I can express myself. If that makes sense.
And so were you kind of like going out? These was on walls and stuff.
Huh? Sorry, what?
Were these on walls and like you were going out with your man? Like in public spaces or?
I was just going to like, it's just random walls like in the city, just random places. It was strange. It was a lot of weird places.
But like when you were that young and stuff, and you were just kind of getting exposed to all of this.
Yeah, I was in weird areas.
That's dope.
And surrounded by people drinking and stuff. It was a bit weird. But no, it was like safe though. It was still cool.
Yeah. And so did you start out with like were you kind of starting out as more of an illustrator, like when you got into like sort of the graphic design side of things, or?
I think I started doing graffiti still with like, I started with graffiti first because I was trying to put graffiti into 3D.
I get
stuff
you.
like that. But then it
so
eventually...
a bit of Cinema 4D and...
Yeah, Cinema 4D.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That used to crash my computer though. That was too big for my computer. But yeah, that was the first thing. And then I went on to like designing backgrounds and stuff for, Call of Duty clans. And then that eventually led to Phase, that, that period.
Exactly, yeah. And how long ago was that? That was probably nearly like 10 years ago though now at this stage, is it? Well, maybe a bit more recent, but probably 7 or 8.
The graffiti stuff on like Cinema 4D was probably 2010, but Phase and all that was like 2013.
Yeah.
I still remember that period a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, and so, where did the transition happen from graphic design? Like, what was your first artist, or what kicked off that whole style?
Which style? Like the one that I do now, or like?
Yeah, because like it kind of nowadays it seems to me that you've been doing these forever, but it's actually kind of like a recent thing.
Yeah, like what? So you're asking how I like changed from doing graffiti to then like to Phase and then to like just straight up these artworks.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when did it start taking over? Like, because
Um,
obviously you got a really, really good response from it, but
yeah, exactly. Um, I think after Phase, because I had a fallout with him a little bit.
yeah.
Um, I kind of just, I don't know what I was doing. I was just drawing, and then
Mm,
I kind of was going through a weird period in life. I think I don't know,
yeah.
and then I think it took me like at least one whole year to like eventually. Oh no, I got into Pro Era. Do you know them?
Mm, yeah, yeah.
Capital Steez, the one that
Yeah,
committed suicide. Yeah, that dude. Um,
yeah.
I got hooked onto his music through like a rough period in my life, whatever, and then I did an artwork of him, and that was the first artwork, and I only did it because I thought he was like, I don't know, he just inspired me, whatever, and
Yeah, exactly.
I did it, and then I didn't think much of it. I just did it, and then people liked it, and then Joey Badass posted it on his Instagram, like
Shit.
I think a week or two later, and that was
Yeah.
just random. Like I didn't expect anything from it. Like I was like, oh what? And then everyone was like, oh this looks dope, whatever. And then I was like, damn. So I guess people really like it, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but it didn't even hit me. Like I just thought like, oh they like it, whatever. And then I just started drawing again. But then I started realizing like a lot of people actually like those artworks. So then I eventually brought it up, like started doing it more and more and more.
Yeah, exactly. So you just kind of went from Capital Steez. Probably then you did like Joey Badass or something,
Yeah,
and then
exactly. Yeah.
kept it going.
And then
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
I found X through like another kind of it's like I was just
Yeah,
talking to a girl and stuff. I don't know. I think I was just going. I was just like lost. I think a little bit in my world, but
mm, I
I
get
was
you. Yeah,
going
no, it
through some
happens.
stuff with people and all that, and then with a few people, and then X
And
kind
like,
of inspired me
yeah,
also, and then that started a
probably
whole
came at a
wave.
perfect time. Yeah.
That started like
So,
a whole wave. Yeah.
so the way you found X was probably even before the No Jumper interview and stuff, or
No, I think it was a little bit after that.
a little bit after. Yeah, because I think I was the same.
Yeah.
I think Look at Me was like kind of just starting to bubble, but it
Exactly.
wasn't
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly
yeah, yeah,
when I found him.
yeah. And so, kind of walk me through the So you just got inspired then by X, and you started putting out. Was he just kind of more interesting to draw? Obviously,
Uh,
like did you kind of
okay.
just get,
I don't know if it sounds lame, but like
yeah,
when I felt like when I was like, I wasn't depressed, but like,
mm,
I don't know. I think I was just going through stuff. And then I used to use his face as like, because you know how he has like numb on his face and like
yeah,
alone and stuff? And
yeah,
and you know that famous mug shot where he has the half hair?
yeah, exactly, yeah,
And alright, well, that picture, I used to think like it showed a lot, like in his face or whatever. I don't know.
yeah.
I just think his face told a story.
You could tell, yeah, exactly, yeah,
And then I used his face to like express my feelings also. That's why I used to do like
mm,
the X artwork. You know that X artwork with the horns and the bleeding eyes and stuff?
yeah, yeah,
That was a way I was feeling, I guess. And then I put that
yeah.
into
You're
him
like, yeah, exactly,
because his face kind of resembled like pain, I guess.
yeah.
So that's why I did that. And that's why I made him Pain from Naruto. Like Nagata.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was one of the things I was gonna say as well. Is like the amount of anime you post on your Twitter and stuff. I
Yeah.
always wanted to like just hit you up about it because, well, I'm still not even finished Naruto, but I was
Yeah.
like, I'm like,
There's
I
so
don't know,
much
God,
filler episodes and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. I'm like near the end of Shippuden, but every now and again, once you watch like 100 episodes in a big long streak, then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I'm gonna need to,
Exactly.
take a break from this for a while, and so I'm still
Yeah,
not finished, but
you can't
every couple of months, yeah, I
you
get
gotta
a
keep
little
coming
bit
back
closer.
to it. You can't
Yeah,
watch it
oh,
all at once.
yeah, it's ridiculous. But I always liked when you like. I think that's why I was drawn to your art as well, is because you're always fusing someone with like an anime character or
Yeah,
with something like
it was
that.
a
Yeah,
bit like unique, I guess. 'Cause
yeah.
no
Like
one
even the
was
way you
really
did.
doing it heaps. Yeah.
Who did you do as Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul?
Oh
I
yeah,
think it was.
I did X as him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
Like
one got. I think that's one of the most famous ones. I think.
Yeah, like the stuff like that. I just remember seeing it and just being like, "Holy shit! Like this is so dope!" Like, it's like
Yeah,
two
it
of the
was
things that I'm
weird.
like,
I,
yeah, two of the
I
yeah. It's just
compared to everything else, it was a bit like
yeah,
strange, I guess, but in a
but
good way.
yeah, and even the last one, the very most recent one you did,
Oh god,
like with the wings and the oh man, like
what?
that you
Which one?
just
The
snapped on
oh
that,
yeah, the X one.
like
Yeah,
the purple one and all. Man, you just snapped on that one though.
yeah, I know that. Thank you. That took it.
Like
Takes
it
a
just
bit.
stands out so much, yeah. And so, at what point did he start reaching out to you?
Oh, when he got out of jail, he I think he was just like doing this interview and stuff, and then I think I posted something on Twitter about because you know how people always try to like bring him down for like past allegations and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I I posted like an article of like him where they were like calling him like the most terrible person in like the whole universe, whatever. It was a bit
Mm,
outrageous, but
yeah,
um, yeah, I posted that, and I was just like, I was always defending X, like even when he was in jail, whenever. I
yeah.
was just a, I guess, fan, like big fan, whatever. And he saw the article and he messaged me, and then he was like, um, can you? Oh no, he said, can you send me the article?
mm,
And then I'm like, oh, like this is the first time he's hit me up. And I'm like, oh shit, that's X, whatever.
yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
and then I sent it to him, and then he said like, by the way, I love your artwork, I appreciate you. And then I was like, oh, thanks heaps, and it kind of just stopped there. But
Yeah,
yeah, I just used to help him out on Twitter, and then it eventually led to Instagram, and then phone, and then like got more deeper, like in
I
contact.
get you. Yeah, yeah, man, that's insane though.
Yeah, it was a
Because he
while
did
ago.
seem to be really hands on with some of the fans though. You know, like you used to always see him FaceTiming people and stuff.
Who X?
Like, yeah, even that vlog where there's like some YouTube guys and they like
Oh yeah,
run up on him with the merch and stuff.
yeah. He gives him the inspirational words and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean. Like people think he's like like hateful people think like he's a terrible person, whatever. He just he cares a lot for people that care for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and I don't think people see that. Like some of the haters, like I think he cares more for people than he actually cared for himself. To be honest,
Yeah,
and that's how he
100%.
probably led into um that's probably how he led into some bad people in his life because he cared for them more than he did for himself. So even if they hurt him, he would still probably stick with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it would hurt him in the long run and fuck him over. So yeah,
yeah. That's always like the vibe I got though from him. Like, and even the way one of his last Instagram stories when he's saying like, you know,
charity one.
like, yeah, you know, and he says
That's
something.
that's like sad as.
Yeah, like, but that's kind of always the message I got from him was like, you know, just he used to inspire these kids, you know, to
Yeah,
pursue whatever
exactly.
they're doing, you know.
He went through a lot. I don't think people realize that like he was only like 18 when he got out of jail. Like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he's
Yeah,
young as hell. Like and
and like
matured like in one whole year.
exactly, yeah,
Like that's pretty damn good. Like
and even the way, like, the influence jail must have on you when you're that young, and that wasn't even the first time he was in jail. So he spent
yeah, exactly.
probably 2 years total or something, probably in
He's
and
been
out.
in there, yeah, a bit. Like
Yeah,
just because he's been like associated with bad people or like rough areas and stuff.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
He obviously
and
had
like
no like guidance, so like he's just a lost
exactly,
kid.
yeah,
Yeah, as when he was
exactly,
younger.
yeah, and like that's why it's so inspiring when you see him figure it out in the end, you know.
Exactly. And yeah, that should inspire every kid to like fix themselves and make them a better version of themselves.
Yeah, man, for sure. And so, since all of that, like, you even there was the memorial in Sydney you were at.
Oh yeah, yeah, I was there.
What was that like? Because obviously I'm over here in Ireland, and
Oh
like, I
yeah,
mean, there
true,
wouldn't be
true.
anything like that, you know. But
Yeah, it was.
all of those things looked amazing, you know.
Wait, did you have one in your country?
Nah, man, like, it's so small over here. Like,
There
I don't
probably was
even
one,
think.
maybe, hopefully. Hopefully there was one.
I wonder, man. I bet everyone kind of there might have been like one small one, but
Yeah.
you know,
Not
it
like a
wasn't
whole
like a big.
gathering.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like an official event of any sort.
That's what I mean.
There was probably maybe a Facebook like group or something.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
probably like 30 people showed up. Like,
30. Yeah. The Sydney one was, yeah, it was good. There was a few people. It could have been much bigger though, because I don't think it was like really announced on much. It was just, it was only on Facebook. But
yeah,
no, there was still a bit of people there. But I was like kids were shouting and all that, like shouting his lyrics, right?
yeah,
And going crazy, whatever. And then me, that actually like I guess was closer to him. I was like the awkward one. I didn't even know how to.
yeah,
I was just like sitting
take it,
away
you know?
from people.
yeah. But I'd say just capturing that vibe though is just insane. You know. Just,
Yeah, exactly. Like some people knew who I was there though, which was funny. That was
yeah.
like they got some photos, whatever. But
That's dope.
I was trying to hide though. I wasn't trying to make a big name.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. But some idiot later on, like, did you hear about the idiot that attacked the area? Like,
No, is this in Sydney?
yeah, in Sydney.
No, I didn't hear.
Some kids or something in a mask, like a few masks, whatever, just ran up and like obviously hate X, whatever, probably because they've read an article, whatever. But
Yeah.
they like kicked one of the kids like pitchers or something like into like the water and stuff, and like just
Jeez.
disrespecting the place. And then they all like ambushed, and the people that obviously like were disrespected, they ran after them, and then they like jumped one of the dudes that did it, but he got
Yeah.
away obviously. But yeah, that was a bit
Jeez,
fucked.
that's insane.
Oh well, I guess it happens.
Yeah. Man, that's the crazy thing about all of this. Even like, even when all of that got announced, you know, like some of the stuff you'd see online and stuff has just been like disgusting, really, you know.
Yeah,
And like I wasn't expecting it because I remember I woke up the next morning, and you know I was like, all right, let me like retweet or like reblog something about this or whatever, you know. And I like looked up his name, I like did a name search,
yeah.
and it's like, like the majority, it's like a vocal like minority of people that are just, you know, happy and stuff like that, celebrating it.
God.
And I was like, man, this completely blindsided me. I didn't even think that would happen. You know?
There must be something wrong with a person when they're like happy that someone dies that didn't even like necessarily hurt the world, I guess.
Yeah.
They just like, yeah, I don't know. People are stupid. If they really feel pleasure in someone dying, that's not like a murderer or something. I think they have a problem themselves. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, even Adam 22 kind of like was admitting, like, you know, like obviously he probably like got in some bad situations, and obviously like we were saying,
but
because
X was aware of it. Like he fixed it. He hated himself for getting into bad areas. Like he knew that he was doing like tricky things. Like he knew, and he obviously fixed himself because he hated his past of like at least he made an effort. Like he still inspired people. He still provided a positive message. It's not like he just went out with like a whole negative message. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I think people hold on to the past, and then they're the ones that don't get over the past, and then that's why they never grow. And then, yeah, it's a bit sad to be honest.
But I just think as well, like when you actually like look at anybody who's famous, it's like for some reason I think people just didn't like X for some reason. You know, they were like looking for an excuse to bring him down as much as possible.
When someone looks different or like speaks differently, people hate them. Like it's sad, but when they die, then people get inspired by them. It's like sad as But did you see like how Kanye like was like saying that X inspired him and stuff?
I know.
I wish he said that when he was alive. Do you know what I mean? Like.
I know, man. I was about to say, like, even Kanye has the song like Roses, you know, and he's saying, "Give people the flowers while they're still alive." So,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, nice one, Kanye.
It's like, come on. But I mean, yeah, it's just an insane situation. But what I was gonna say as well is like, if you look at any celebrity, like even those people tweeting that, they should look at themselves, because everyone's done something probably pretty fucked up, you know what
Exactly.
I mean? And if you look at most celebrities, I mean, with all this Me Too shit, if they haven't done that, then they're doing some stuff that hasn't been found out yet. They're promoting drugs at the very least. They're doing something, you know?
People bring down other people because they want to hide their own mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
they just want to be on the right side of history.
Exactly. They want to make themselves look more powerful compared to another person. So like, they'll use X to make themselves look right compared to everyone else. It's sad.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to dip off soon, but I just wanted to let you wrap up about like some of your own music.
Oh yeah, my own music.
I figured you might want to like, I don't know, I was listening to it, man. I like the vibe and all. I just wanted to like, you know, are you working on an EP? Is it something you're gonna pursue, or?
Yeah, for people that don't know, I did rap before I made artworks. Like, been doing it for a bit, but yeah, I only have like 2 songs on SoundCloud. One's from when I was 16, the Pain one. Like, I made that when I was 16, and then the recent Black Heart one. Wait, have you been on my SoundCloud? Is that the one you've seen?
Yeah. No, I've listened to that. And what was the name of the other one? Black
Pain,
Heart and
Pain, I think.
And Pain, yeah.
Yeah, the Black Heart one I think was made in like last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have much more to record this year, and it's actually much better. None of my music is really up to date to like right now. They're all kind of delayed from last year and stuff. It's kind of I'm getting more
busy, like. Yeah.
Should be good.
Yeah, well, if you want to plug like your, I mean, obviously you've got loads of followers already, but plug your SoundCloud and your Instagram and
you don't have
Twitter
to follow me, but Instagram obviously is at King Jediah. Twitter is just Jediah. Well, Twitter Jediah, and then SoundCloud. Don't even like plugging it, to be honest, but it's Jediah like --night. And that's just it.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on. Like, you know, that's what I wanted. You know, you haven't really done much interviews. I know you don't really fuck with them too much and all, but I don't
really respond to people. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's
no,
not
that's
that I
why
don't like people. It's just I just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, you know, and that's why I really wanted to say, like, I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Keeping up the good work and all, man. Like.
Too.
I'm sure people will fuck with this, you know?
Yeah. Eventually, like,
perfect,
I guess people that really care about X and whatever will eventually find this in a period of time anyway, and it'll become useful.
Yeah, you know, and I think it'll be good to hear just a more personal story about it, because...
I don't even know if people care about me, but I guess some people do. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. Like, I mean...
In terms of, like, what I have to say, but... I think they do. I think I'm just like down myself. I don't know.
Yeah, no, because man, you see some of the videos that went up around that time, you know, and like, what's that guy who does like after they were gone or before they were gone and all this stuff, and like he just clickbaited like the hell out of it, you know. He got like 15 million views, like.
People profiting too much off of him after people that didn't support.
So, I just wanted to get like a kind of more real thing, because even Adam 22 and stuff kind of like, you know, talked about it a bit, but there wasn't really a formal.
Yeah, it didn't get really deep, did it?
Do you know what I mean?
So maybe
in a few months when they're more ready, I guess. But
yeah. Probably too soon to talk.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, man, appreciate you coming on again.
No problem, man. So good.
Man, that's it, man. Have a great day, man.
Okay, you too. Keep up your podcast also.
Appreciate it, man.